Hello folks and welcome to another Irish Whiskey review with me, Marty McCauley. I hope I find you safe and well, hope everything's okay with you. I'm a little bit red around the face today. I was doing some manual labour, which I'm not used to these days. So, yeah, I was out all day and it was a nice sunny day, so yeah, I'm a little bit flushed. So what have we tonight? Well folks, we have a little bit of a classic in the making. We have the Dunvilles Single Cask Palo Cortado limited edition cask 1211 Palo Cortado Sherry Cask finished, bottled on the 22nd of the 9th. So it's bottled a little over a month ago. Anyone who doesn't know about Palo Cortado, Palo Cortado is really the rarest of the sherries. There's a bit of a mystery about how it's made. You can dig in and find out some of the secrets as it's portrayed at some point. There's some myths about it. Really, the science, how it's made, is better understood these days. It's really done a bit more by oxidation rather than relying on the fermentation. I won't go. We're not here to discuss sherries as such, but just to let you know, it's the rarest. There's about 100,000 bottles of it sold a year, probably a little bit more than that at the minute. Which, whenever you consider other sherries are selling in the millions of bottles, it's really quite rare. To get casks, to get an empty cask in which to age sherry, you're going to have to pay for it. Now, I've no idea what this cask would have cost, but if a bourbon cask's costing £150, maybe a little bit less than that, you're going to be talking a lot. A sherry bottle, a sherry bottle cost you over £1,000 easy. A Palo Cortado sherry bottle, X amount again. Again, I have no idea what the cost is, but it is substantial. So this is the last, or the third in the series that Dunville's released of these single cask bottlings. This sold out extremely quickly. Sold out in a few minutes. They all did. So it's 18-year-old. This is not Dunville or the Ecklandville Distillery's own spirit. We know that. This is bought in, but this is finished in the Palo Cortado. Now I'm going to have a little drink. Stout, slange it. Now recently there's been a dearth of single cask Irish whiskies. Single cask is really brands stamping there, this is what we're doing, and they want to send out exciting new cask finished expressions. Remember, we've talked about this before. Irish whiskey, if it's of any sort of age, 18, really can only come from a few sources. It can't. All these new distilleries that started since 2012, 2013 onwards, they don't have 18-year-old whiskies. So there's really only a couple of places that these can come from, 3 in particular. So they're a bit limited as to where they come from at this age. So they're finish it in different casks, and that gives it different flavours. Then they bring out single cask versions. That then gives a differentiation between different bottlings. It is a bit of a temporary measure, because as the new distilleries come on, they're going to have to bring out bottlings that you can repeat buy. You can go in to an off license or a supermarket, wherever you're buying your whiskey, and pick up a bottle of the same product time and time again. That's what's going to give the distilleries legs. Bringing out single cask versions at premium prices certainly brings in revenue for the distilleries, but it's not going to be sustainable as a product 20, 30 years, which is what everybody wants. You know, people don't want really to be bringing out batch 1, batch 2, batch 3, batch 4 for continually, because it's not really a great business model, if I'm honest, because you bring out 2 bad versions in a row and people start to think they're cutting corners, or you know, it's very easy to put off customers when it's a different product every time. When you have the same product all the time, people know what they're buying, and if it's at a certain price point, that's where people come in. So the big hitters, that's where they're really getting a constant revenue stream. People are assured of what they're getting. When it's single cask and a single cask and a single cask and a single cask, you bring out a couple of cheap casks or a couple of casks that just don't hit the mark, and suddenly your brand becomes a little bit tarnished. Now, pour this out. I'm going to do it. It's at 54%. It's limited to 300 and something bottles. Can't remember. And this is bottle number 51. Now each bottle is handwritten. Okay, handwritten by Graham Miller, who is the head distiller down there. Now, try it. A Cask Strength. Let's see a little bit of colour. Now that's a nice colour there, isn't it? Yeah. That's a beautiful, nice colour. A bit of a sort of like a pale gold colour, isn't it? It's lovely. Never underestimate colour, folks. That's why distilleries put colouring in them, to give it an appealing colour. If something's too thin and watery, people go, it's not good quality. If it's too dark, people go, But when it's a nice, it looks quality, it looks golden, you know? Look at that. Now, on the nose, sandalwood, perfumey. There's lots of fruit. It's like kiwi fruit, pear. It's like there's a slight floral note, like pea shoots. Again, there's a nice balance of fruit. You can get sort of red apple, kiwi, citrusy notes, but not sharp citrusy notes. You know, kiwi, rich milk chocolate, praline. Yeah. So there's lots and lots of flavours. It's very much a fruity, woody. Not so much wine now. It doesn't really go over to the wine on this. It's lovely. It's got a wonderful nose. Yeah, wonderful nose. Nice bit of spice, nutmeg, cinnamon, chocolate orange, nutty, hazelnuts. On the finish, there's a buttery note to it. Again, the praline comes in, that nice rich milk chocolate, almond oil, crème caramel. Yeah. The mouthfeel at 54%. It doesn't have a great oiliness to it. There's lots and lots of flavour to it, lots of flavour, but the mouthfeel is maybe not just as nice as I would really like. The finish is really rich, really nice. It's fabulous. There's no two ways about it. It's a fantastic bottling. everyone knows I'm a fan of Dunvilles. I like everything they do, pretty much. Again, that nice perfumey note on the palate. Working through. There's a wine, there's a sherry note coming through on the finish, but it's a very delicate sherry note. You could be mistaken for thinking that it's not sherry. It's lightened it up. It's very easy to take the sherry and turn it over into a wood note, and it's not a wood note. It's actually, the sherry notes are nice and deep, almost heading towards a nut. So it's that interplay between wood and sherry. So the fruit and nut, you understand? It's heading between those two, and you could pick either of the two of them, and it'd be perfectly fine. It's got bags of flavour. Now, I'm going to put a little teaspoon of water in it. So my little silver spoon. And I always like to put it in, and you can see the oils moving about in it. I'm going to actually put a little. That's about 3/4 of a teaspoon. And we'll let it sit for a little second. I found with this, I've had a couple of little measures out of it, that the longer it sits, the more the sherry appears. The more that sherried, that sort of rich sweetness comes out and moves it up. Again, you can play with this. That's the purpose of these cask strength. Yeah. Now the nutmeg and the cinnamon's moved more to the nose rather than on the palate. That sort of new wood, nutmeg, spice and stuff, that's coming through there. Still the pear, good, almost overripe pears. With a little bit of water, the pea shoot notes kind of disappear, and it becomes a little bit richer. Wonderful. It's really good. Again, Madeira cake, hazelnuts on the finish, more of the caramel, more of the crème caramel, crème brulée, almonds. It just softens it a little bit and makes what was there develop a little bit further. Cinnamon lozenges coming through there on the finish. Yeah, have to mark it. I want to give it 9.5, but I'm going to give it 9. And the reason for that is it's not as good on the nose as it is everywhere else. The finish is really good. The palate's probably the best bit of it. The nose, not just as good on the nose, and I have to take a little bit off for the mouthfeel. I don't think it's as nice and rich and oily as it could be. It's a fabulous bottle of whiskey. And again, that cinnamon, that nice light cinnamon, where cinnamon lozenges almost become slightly minty. There's that just the way at the back. There's that slight mint. No. Fabulous stuff. Again, what's not to like? So, 9 out of 10. Keep up the good work, and yeah, if you can get your hands on a bottle of this, and you'll really have to go to an auction, and you'll probably pay a few quid for it, but yeah, it's well worth it. So, take care of yourself, folks, and stay safe, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care, folks. Bye bye.